Optimism is to expect the best case scenario to be the scenario. But optimism for your country is very different. When someone is optimistic for their country, they are visionaries who believe that their country can overcome great obstacles with surpassingly great majesty. This optimism for one's country is the core of patriotism. Patriotism also involves protecting your country and supporting it. As put by Calvin Coolidge, patriotism is easy to understand in America. It means looking out for yourself by looking out for your country. A large part of supporting your country and protecting it has to do with standing by your country despite whatever criticisms may come to pass. People constantly condemn the U.S. for supposed mistakes that will cause our country to fail. However, America has overcome much devastation in the past, and nothing will stop her from achieving any and everything she sets out to accomplish. The U.S. will continue to thrive, overcome challenges, and dispel stereotypes that portray Americans as foolish, failing, and frivolous with money. Our country will become increasingly successful and the economy will improve because we are a strong nation. We, the U.S. as a whole, have survived many threatening instances and survived, and even still came out far ahead. And therefore, we are growing, evolving, and improving exponentially. Some are not so sure of our nation's future and claim that the U.S. is unstable and that we may falter dangerously. They bring up declines in the stock markets, the recent shutdown of the government, and say our nation is in danger of failure because of these things. These pessimists have strong conviction that America cannot overcome these setbacks. But we have overcome so much more in previous times, and through them we have been able to prevent similar instances from happening ever again. One example may be the stock market crash in 1932. Following the crash, administrations were put into place to prevent a crash to that extent from happening again. The Dust Bowl demolished large amounts of food supplies, and yet the government stepped in to give jobs, shelter, and food to those whose lives were ruined by the crash or the crop failure. Even artists were given jobs to paint murals in order to boost the economy and help people survive the hardships. Programs were developed to ensure that anyone in need can gain assistance until they no longer are in need of assistance. And to address the government shutdown, which some may see as a sign of a faulty government, we have overcome a government shutdown before. Just 17 years ago, the government shutdown for several days, spread over a couple months, known as the government shutdown of 1995 and 96, after Congress could not reach an agreement on some issues of funding, including education, environmental support and protection, and yes, public health and Medicare. This great nation of ours has overcome so much and has improved with every bump in the road. People who do not believe in this country will find themselves baffled when we come out successfully once again. The U.S. has faced much adversity and will continue to face adversity every day. But we will also continue to improve our nation, fine-tune it, and be remarkable. No matter what the future may hold, whether it is incredible miracles of success or obstacles that attempt to hold us back, we must remember what we've been through so that we may be strong through the hardships and cherish the easy moments. Our nation is resilient and has shown that every problem we encounter is not so horrendous that we cannot solve it. Every hindrance can be overcome. That's why I'm optimistic about this nation.